I'm just going to do it. Just tell me when you're ready. You ready?
We're ready. We're going, bud.
Welcome. I'm running for Senate. I'm sorry.
I'm not Joe Biden.
I'm not Joe Biden. Ladies and gentlemen, we have hand sanitizer.
$3 a squirt.
We have
Careful on ingesting internally.
We have masks.
Wow.
See, Democrats, we have masks.
$3.
Thank you for coming to the Brooklyn Tea Party meeting. Thank you for surviving Corona and everything else. Before we officially start, let's all please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Right there, or let's do it. Yeah.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, everyone. Please be seated. Thank you for all coming out today. I know there's been troubles with the F train. They was going to Church Avenue and some other, the MTA. They suck. So I want to thank everyone for coming to our first in-person meeting since February. Christopher, our guest speaker tonight, Christopher Wright, was supposed to be our guest speaker. Supposed to be our guest speaker in March, but the end of the world happened. Chris, why did you do that?
I was nervous, I'm sorry.
He wanted to get out of the meeting. There's other ways of doing it. But anyway, so, so Christopher was supposed to be the guest speaker back in March. So here we are in September, and the world has gone crazy. Crazy for crazy glue. And
Cuckoo for Cocoa Pops.
yes, that too. And it's disgusting that we see what is happening to our cities, New York City in general, and everywhere else that's run by what? Republicans? Oh no. Democrat cities. Let's not be mixing words here. What is going on? The leftist agenda has put this type of attitude and mindset out there that it's okay to bash people's windows, beat people up, and destroy people's property for a cause. It's not a cause when you're doing that.
Statues.
Statues too. Please don't rip my statue down. I don't know who he is.
We won't tell my
Alan, what is this? Alan, move the camera to him. What is this statue here?
Which one is it?
That one.
This little guy over here?
Is he Roman? I don't know what.
If he's a Roman, then what was it? They enslaved Goths and Gauls and everything else.
Look, someone already ripped off the head.
Yeah.
They got back here. They ripped the head off. But anyway, I digest.
You need to go on a diet, boy.
But what I'm saying is that it's totally disgusting what is going on. We're trying to destroy our culture, trying to destroy the American way, our American values, and they will not stop. They will not stop until this flag is burnt. They will not stop until we don't exist anymore. They are trying to turn our country into the next Venezuela. Okay, we are one vote away. One vote away for that happening. We're one, like Ted Cruz wrote a book, we're one vote away to become where the Second Amendment is gone. Don't think that can't happen. You've seen what happened in the 2000 election. That was one vote. It was about to be one vote of the Supreme Court. If it was tilted the other way, what would have happened then? What would happen when they control the courts? We're going to have the Second Amendment go bye-bye. Don't think it can't happen. If the Supreme Court rules on it, then it could happen, right? Don't think it cannot happen. It's important that we go out to vote. Even though we're in New York City, get out to vote. We have state Senate races. We have other races. We have congressional races. We have Nicole Maliotakis that could win her seat in Staten Island and in parts of Brooklyn. We need you to come out and vote. We need you to come out and support her. And for Vito Bruno for state Senate, and other people that are running throughout our borough, other people running throughout the city that has a real shot of winning. We need to gain some seats back for some sanity to come back to New York City and New York State, because this is a one-party rule town. As we already know, we lost that state Senate about 2 years ago, and it's been nothing but craziness happening in this state. The reason why we don't have congestion pricing right now, like an admission price to drive through the streets of New York City, and don't think it will stop at New York City. It'll be back in Brooklyn. We'll go downtown Brooklyn, and then before you know, it'll be everywhere you go. There'll be congestion pricing wherever you drive throughout the city, because as you know, there's camera lights everywhere you go. So don't think it won't happen. So we need to gain back that state senate. The reason why it didn't happen yet is because Donald Trump administration has not done they had to do a survey before they got this through to the federal government, and they were holding it up. So that will eventually happen because the nuts control the asylum, and we need to get that back into where we at least have the state senate, so that way we could stop the craziness from continuing. Because as we could see, the nuttiness, what Cuomo did with the elderly, putting them back into the nursing homes, what the heck is wrong with this guy? He has blood on his hands. Over 11,000 people have died in those nursing homes. Probably one of your family members, God forbid, or someone you might know, might have lost someone. That is because of that type of ridiculous policy that was also not only done by him, he's the one that started it. It went to Connecticut, New Jersey, and some other Democrat-controlled states. So people need to realize that, you know, it's called common sense. You know, why would you put someone who had coronavirus in a place that didn't have a place to distance each other or have the proper gear to have the separation that was needed? And it spread like wildfire. And they're like, oh, look, we're about to reach our 200,000 victims. Well, number one, a lot of this numbers are skewed.
Absolutely.
Okay, I know my brother's friend's mother passed away a couple of weeks back. She died of an aneurysm, dropped dead on the floor in her bathroom. It was ruled coronavirus.
Of course it was.
She had no symptoms whatsoever of coronavirus. They asked for an autopsy. They said that would be $40,000.
Wow.
What?
$40,000. They weren't going to do an autopsy. I wonder why. Because they're skewing the numbers. Not saying people didn't die from it. So don't get me wrong, Democrats. Not saying people didn't die from it. I'm just saying that the numbers are not what they're saying. They're using that for political purposes. And it's ridiculous and disgusting.
Isn't autopsy just on demand?
Yeah, well, not.
Well, my
And they
mother-
decide to put their rules in order. Also, hospitals get $30,000 per coronavirus
31.
death.
31.
Oh,
They were on
raised it
TV
1,000, I
admitting
guess.
it, doctors.
$31,000
Yeah.
per coronavirus victim in their hospitals that die.
So
So,
it's for money.
what do you think?
You saw what happened at Elmhurst Hospital, right?
No, whatever.
They wanted to do a testing over the whole neighborhood. Please come, we'll test you for it. So, they have that whole thing set up in the street where they block the traffic, and for the cars to come, and they're gonna come, you know, see you with the mask and everything. There was two cars. Two cars came, two people. So then they saw nobody came, so doctors and nurses got in their cars in the parking lot, came around, and they were tested. Then they admitted it after. And go look this up. This is,
No.
I mean,
that's absolutely. I saw
yeah,
that.
it's
I would like to
lies
share
and
something
lies
with
and
you.
lies.
Yeah, go ahead.
My mother, she was on a kidney diagnostic machine. And every month she had to go and get a blood
Dial-
clean.
yeah.
So a month ago, she goes to a regular visit. The hospital let her sit in that waiting room for 3 days, and she died because she didn't have that treatment. Okay, and why we couldn't go and see her because they said no, you can't be in here. They marked her for coronavirus.
I'm
Okay,
so sorry.
and then and you know what?
I know.
If I had a gun,
I know.
I'll fight.
Let's not say that, okay? We're cutting you off on that one, sorry.
Can you sue? Can you sue?
No.
Look, the point being is that it's a very emotional subject, what has been going on in our city and state. As you saw an example here, how because of this, a lot of people were denied treatment. A lot of suicides have happened. A lot of people get misdiagnosed for cancers and all that. We need to reopen up our state and city. Enough is enough. We have businesses failing. You look in Bay Ridge. Look in Bay Ridge. You have Century 21, an anchor store, like if you're in a mall. There's an anchor store and malls, right? Century 21, been in business since 1961. They have 13 locations in New York City. They are closing. They're closing. That whole strip is going to become ghost town. Thank you, Andrew Ganadas, and your damn liberal policies.
Well, there goes Modell's already. We're losing GameStop there.
Newmark and Lewis, right? Newmark and Lewis.
2 blocks down, 1 block down from Century 21. Next to it was New York and Company. They just filed bankruptcy. So they're also they're also closing. GameStop closed their location over there, and countless other stores along that strip. Now, Century 21 has a whole bunch of stores. If you see what it looks like, it's a big mega conglomerate of buildings, and that's all going to be vacant. We are turning into Detroit, ladies and gentlemen. Wake up. We are turning into Detroit. This city, don't think because we're the financial capital of the world. Hey, people learn one thing because of this social distancing, work from home. We don't need office buildings anymore. We don't really need to come to work anymore. A lot of us could remotely work from home. Because of that, you're going to have a lot of vacancies in our real estate property. We're going to have a lot of crash in our real estate market. You're going to have a crash, and let me tell you, this city is going to turn into Detroit. We need smart people in control, not dum-dums that have been leading us for a long time. We have to wake the hell up. Stop voting for the Democrats, okay? For those listening to me on the internet, please stop it. This city has been controlled 100% by Democrats. The state is 100% controlled by the Democrats. They control every office in this state. Doing a great job, aren't they? No, they're not. So wake up, people. Spread your vote around. If you're a partisan, you're a partisan. I understand you're in politics, you're going to vote one way. I understand that. But if you're just a regular person that works 9 to 5 to do whatever you do, don't blindly vote and go with the cliches that the Democrats are for the poor and the Republicans are for the rich and the racist and this. Enough is this. You see what's going on in our city. You see the burning. You see the Democrat convention where they didn't say one word about those riots. Okay? These weren't protests, they were riots. Everyone has a right to protest. Okay? I will defend even a liberal the right to protest for his right, whatever he believes in, okay? As long as it's peaceful. These are Antifa. This is Black Lives Matter is a socialist group. They're a Marxist group. They have nothing to do with defending black lives. This is to turn our country into socialism and to communism. Do not think for 1 minute that this is not an organized effort. You see how they were getting all the stuff ready to go? How they had pallets ready, dumped for bricks to throw and all that? Yeah. This was all planned. They need to follow the money. Follow the money and find out what schmuck is behind this.
Soros.
We know.
Clinton Foundation.
And Communist China.
And the Clinton Foundation. Absolutely. Do not think these people have, look, hey, Jeffrey Epstein.
Didn't kill himself.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, the Clintons.
No way.
We rob banks. They're the Bonnie and Clyde of the political world. Okay? That's all I have to say about them. I want to live. Anyway, so on that note, I spoke too much, but there's one more couple bookkeeping things. We have our membership for, I guess we'll be doing it for next year, right? We might as well do it for next year.
Actually, I'll do that since that's more the chairman of the
You want
board's
to do that
kind of,
report?
yeah.
Okay. So, basically, I'm going to hand it over to Alan right now, and then from Alan, introduce our guest speaker, okay?
Sounds great. Glenn, come over here. Just hold the tablets.
All right.
Glenn, good. Take a seat back here.
Sure, go right
Sounds
ahead.
good.
Yep.
All right, just hold it up. It's hard because you got the sun beating on.
Okay.
I'm going to try to move
Come around me.
You're a bit large, Glenn.
Oh, thank you.
Diet time, Boobaloo. Diet time.
Glad I come to my own backyard to get insulted, but anyway, I tell you, I get no respect around here.
I'm the one who does Dangerfield all day at work.
Oh, there you go. All right, Alan,
All right,
go
so
ahead.
folks, I'm Alan Bimben, the club's chairman of the board. Hello, Ariel. Have a seat, please, in the back. Anyways,
I know this guy.
so let's just start over with the club's bookkeeping. as per our Constitution, it is that time of the year when we begin the nomination process. Anyone who is a member in good standing has attended at least 4 meetings, okay? Dues-paying member is eligible to run. You must be present and nominated from the floor, okay, with a second nomination. Anyone who is interested in running, please discuss amongst yourselves that positions available. This doesn't mean you get the position, it means you get a chance to run for the position. We're not in our spots for life, right? Maybe I am. President is up, vice president, secretary, and treasurer, okay? Board members are appointed by the chairman of the board. That would be myself. If Glenn is not re-elected president, then he takes over chairman of the board. It is normally the outgoing president, and then I would have to find another position. New president comes in. The chairman of the board and the 4 officers select the members for the board. If you are interested in being a board member, these are positions that are elected, well, that are assigned yearly. Again, must be a dues-paid member, attend at least 4 meetings. Those happen January, February. In regards, by the way, to the hospital, I work over at Coney. Let me tell you something, during the pandemic, we weren't letting anyone in because we were full swamped. There was no way to have anybody extra in. I was dealing with my emergency room. You could not get a piece of land to park an extra person. That was it. One of my best friends was sick, went in there. He waited a couple of hours until someone became deceased, and they moved him into that person's room and the ventilator. Folks, this wasn't that they wanted you to sit away from your relatives. It's the fact that there was no place for anyone. People were clogging hallways. We were in full disaster mode. At Coney, most of the hospitals, it's a light day, it's 1 person per cubicle. Heavy day, 2 people per cubicle. Disaster, 3 people per cubicle. We were at disaster. All right. What else do we have? Larry, do you have the book with the budget? Is that over there?
Oh, Daniel.
Daniel has it. Okay. Glenn, do you remember what the amount was approximately?
Roughly about $1,300.
We have about $1,300 in the kitty. We will be, hopefully once life gets back to normal in December, we'll be seeking locations around Bay Ridge or surrounding areas. Ariel, can you please have a seat? We are currently having a meeting.
Yeah, sit down, Ariel.
All right. Folks, we are also looking for a sergeant of arms. That will be one of the positions that's assigned, not voted upon. All right, so $1,300, folks. If anyone knows a nice bar or restaurant in Bay Ridge that's willing to host us, please contact myself, Glenn, or one of the other officers. You know someone? Sounds great.
I
We'll talk.
deal in the wine and liquor industry, not places.
I was a liquor salesman myself.
You are?
I was.
Which company?
Full Swan Irish Creek. We'll talk a little bit later, okay? Now, folks, I would love to announce our speaker for the day. For those of you who are involved in Republican Tea Party, Trump activities, those of you who are online, listen, this man does not need me announcing him because he is well known. He's a well-known activist. He has been giving conniptions. I'm a Jewish boy, it's conniption. He has been giving conniptions. Wow, look at this. We've got a black conservative over here, Jewish conservative over here.
Italian conservative.
Hold on, yeah, we've got a couple of Jewish conservatives. Talk about what the hell happened to this hateful party of ours.
Italian conservative.
Tell me about it, Catholic conservatives. Anyways, I know, it's great. Christopher Wright, who is part of the Walkaway movement. Those of you who don't know about the Walkaway movement, Chris is going to tell us about it. Christopher, come on down.
Right there, just I got everything sent to the report when you're ready. Here's the report.
We're live, bud. We're live.
Sorry about that, everybody. Sorry about that. No, we're live. I apologize. Thank you very much for everybody taking your time out of your day to come to this event hosted by the Brooklyn Tea Party and my good friend Glenn, real patriot, and I thank you for the opportunity. To give you guys a little bit of background who I am, His name is Christopher Wright. The whole situation started with me. I've been